Assalamu alaikum, how are you guys doing? So I think it's, being about VC, startups, there has to be an early stage startup to get the whole thing together. So we are an early stage startup. We are called Buildnow. And I think this is the perfect transition from Jason's talk and being inspired about building, to going literally building buildings, hotels, NEOM and whatnot, the future of Saudi Arabia. So let's start. I'll give you a quick intro into Buildnow and then we'll go into the next session that we have, the debate. I'm not sure how this works. I'm pressing it. So this is Abudi. Abudi owns a small construction firm in Saudi Arabia. He seems to be getting richer every year. But if you ask him for cash at any given time, he's going to say, sorry, I don't have no cash. And this seems to be the problem of every other construction company, small construction company out there. We believe the problem is not the Abudis or how they do business. The problem, at least one of the problems, is that the supply chain is broken for construction SMEs in Saudi Arabia. Not for one Abudi, but for 180,000 Abudis out there. Let's analyze further. So if you look at a typical construction project that is being done in Saudi Arabia, let's say this hotel, 60% of the cost goes towards raw materials such as steel and concrete. Now, to buy this, Abudi being a small player, has to pay cash up front. He doesn't have amazing terms from manufacturers. And manufacturers, even if they do give credit, they are not built for giving credit. They don't really understand it. He could go to a bank will take up to 6 months and even then give him a no. This leads to delays and losses for poor Abudi, his project, and all of the stakeholders involved in that project. That's where we come in. We are MENA's first Build Now, Pay Later platform. We are giving commodities, raw materials on credit terms in a way that solves the liquidity problem for Abudis in the market. How does it work? Very simple. Abudi can onboard with us in under 90 seconds fully digitally. They can get assessed in 3 days. They can buy any material they want from any manufacturer or any supplier in Saudi Arabia and get it delivered directly to the site. And they can pay us back when they get paid. How do we make money? We charge a small margin on every material that goes through our platform. We have been active for 2 years now. We have grown 80% Q on Q. We have done more than 290 transactions, generating a GMV of $36 million. All of this while having a repeat purchase rate of more than 70%. Something very interesting is on day one, we were unit economics positive. On year one, we made a net profit. Last year again, we made a net profit. So I think that's something that is in our DNA to build it very different to how traditional startups are built. So what really makes us different are 3 ingredients, which we call the magic ingredients. Number one, we don't give cash. If you give cash to a contractor, he's going to go do something random with it. Instead, we give them materials. And these are materials that we give against specific opportunities. These are materials that are immediately billable and revenue generating. Number two, we don't give more than 6 months worth of credit. Average is 3 months. That means we assess every deal several times throughout the year. Lastly, because of how ingrained we are in the supply chain, we really get to see what's happening in the market at the bottom. And this gives us access to alternative data that nobody has. And this helps us takes a better decision than anybody else in the market. Now, obviously, you need the skill set to deliver this. That's where we come in, the founders. So I'm Abdullah. I have 10 years of construction background. We have Hisham, who's the CFO and co-founder, who brings in 7 years of banking. And we have Raed, who brings in 6 years of fintech experience and consultancy. And I think this gives us a unique mix of 3 very different domains to bring it together and make it much more deliverable for an Abudi. But what really excites us is the opportunity. Opportunity is huge. So if you know anything about Saudi Arabia, there are $2.1 trillion worth of projects in the pipeline. To deliver this, only SMEs need to buy $43 billion worth of good per year. Our impact has been incredible. In 2 years, We have delivered more than 50,000 tons of raw materials to more than 100 projects, be it NEOM, Red Sea, Qiddiya, Riyadh Season, name it, and chances are we're adding our value in these projects. We are increasing the efficiency of contractors in these projects by 3 years. So that's us, Buildnow, MENA's first Build Now, Pay Later solution, targeting a $43 billion market per year in a profitable way. And now I'll thank you for listening on this and invite the next session, the speakers for the next session, Arsalan and Armi.